Alright, sweet. We are online. Hold on. I actually have to change the title on the stream for Twitch. But for those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, as the title suggests, I am going to try to go for Flawless Conqueror between now and dinner in about like an hour, hour and a half-ish. So let's see if I'm able to do that. I am not particularly confident that I'll be able to do it, mainly because I want to do it on my main, and my main is a Stamp Decay, or not Stamp Decay, it is a Dragonknight. So, hold on, let me just let me just change the title on my Twitch stream real quick. Okay. Change it out on Twitch stream, so now it should be correct. Alright, cool. So yeah, so like my titles now say correctly, I'm trying to get Flawless on my Dragonknight main. So let's see if I can do that. The problem with Dragoknights is mobility. Whether you're Stam or Magicka, like the mobility thing is really what kills you, because you kinda gotta move around a lot to kill things while you're doing VMA. But now that we have Ellie Weapon, we do have kind of a ranged option that's not going to drain our Magicka entirely. So let's see if that helps out. So the last time I did VMA was quite a while ago, because I already have all my bows and staves, so I don't really need to run VMA anymore. But it is the Orsinium event, so you get double drops and double transmutes, and I need a lot of transmute crystals. So I'm probably going to be running this around a lot. So this is basically a slightly modified version of your typical Stam Decay build. So I have Zons. I should probably actually see if I have a spare set of Grothar, because Grothar is going to be better. Grothar. Heavy and medium, but they're not enchanted. Well, it hasn't started yet, so I can actually go and enchant them. But yeah, it's a slightly upped, slightly modified version. Has more self-heals in it than your typical Mag Decay build. So for example, I'm using Cauterize and Cinderstorm instead of Eruption and Flames of Oblivion. Because since I'm not really going for score, I'm going for Flawless, it's more important for me to have those heals. My attributes are obviously going to be a little bit different. I have 10 into health and 54 into Magicka rather than going all into Magicka. I do have shields on both bars, and I do have Deep Thoughts and Magma Shell slotted. Deep Thoughts for the sustain between rounds, Magma Shell in case I do hit kind of an emergency, so to speak. So you can see here I'm at 19k health. And I am using purple food, so tri-stat food. The extra stamina will come in handy. I'm pretty sure I can do it with just like Witch Mothers or something, but I'd rather not risk that for a flawless run at least. Oh, wait, I didn't need that second enchant. Oh well. I don't need to re-enchant the shoulder. I still want that health enchant. Might as well make the health enchant while I'm here. So I give myself a little bit more health. Alright, and then I need to port back. So I guess it doesn't really matter, I have to just port somewhere. My initial thinking was to actually do this like with my tank CPs, or not tank CPs, but like tank attributes. Obviously not tank gear, so I would still have my Mag Decay gear, but I decided against it just because you do want to, the faster you kill things, the easier it is to get Flawless, so I still want to have, you know, a little bit of additional DPS. Alright, once we port into Malleable Tor, I'll be able to go right back to VMA. And so it hasn't started yet, so like everything starts as soon as you go through the first portal, so right now I'm still not like on a timer or anything like that, so just taking my time, and hopefully I won't die. If I die, then I'll have to Basically, depending on when I die, I'll either have to reset or just keep going. Hopefully I won't die. Once you get past like the 7th stage, it gets pretty easy. So I am losing a bit of DPS because I am dropping Eruption and Flames of Oblivion, but got everything else set up. So now the question is, because these two are both melee, do I want to pick up something like Stone Fist? That just gives me additional heal, because I do think I have I have Stone Fist level all the way up. It is a nice heal, but it doesn't do that much damage. But that's kind of the only ranged option you have, besides, you know, something like, actually I think I'll put it on Hardened Armor. Back bar here. So I'll be mainly on the front bar here. So I have that additional resistance buffs. So again, I'm not going for score. I'm just trying to get the, trying to go for the flawless. I actually probably could have just used Eruption and kept Cauterize. Gets my resources back. So that's one of the difficult things with VMA as a DK. It's resources. Stamina is just you don't have any shields, so. But for mag DKs, it's usually because your resources aren't great. Like your sustain is pretty bad if you're not using something like potions. One hit for the Flesh Atros. Don't block it because you'll still get the slow and the bleed put on you if you end up blocking it. You can see I am definitely missing out on DPS here. But it's not like I'm at a point where like my lack of DPS is gonna cost me, I don't think. I could use wings. It's not a bad idea. It'll actually get rid of snares and stuff. So let me put that on because I have some time. Now instead of Cinderstorm. Cinderstorm's actually not going to be terribly useful. Totally did not mean to dodge roll to the center. So this is probably one of the most stressful stages if you're going for a speed run, or not a speed run, flawless because of all the damage that's been coming. While I have my shield up, I can get some health back. Get some resources back. Don't want to be too close. Ah, almost got him. The fact that I can, you know, like almost get him completely down. I'm sure if I drank my potion, I probably would have been able to kill him. So for reference, a lot of score runners, what they try to do is they actually try to kill that first Centurion over there. It's going to heavy attack for a while because, yeah, they're going to do their whole cycling thing. And then a lot of them hope for like one of those animations, because then you can basically attack them while they're stuck in that animation, like he's breathing. As you can see here, with enough burst, you're able to kill the Centurions pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, so at this point now, it's that's always like the nerve wracker for flawless runs, because I've tried it before, like when my main had a stam DK set up, and that was always the worst. This one's also not one of my favorite because of the stranglers. Because you would have to use Force Pulse as a Mag DK, and that really, really sucked on your sustain. Because otherwise you'd be using Whip, and Whip is okay, but it's not something I would necessarily recommend for VMA because you have to be in melee range, and being at range is probably the most important thing for VMA. Okay. Oop. That was a little worrisome there. So far, so good. Just gonna get some resources back. There we go. I actually forgot that wings, they updated wings and now it removes snares and stuff. So it's actually really nice to have for VMA. Because there's definitely a couple of things here that'll snare you. Some resources back. So far, so good. Gotta shield up. Oh, there's another one. Shoot. Nope. Where the hell is that central gone? Alright, so those of you guys who don't know, Spidey spawned on the east side, and he goes clockwise, so we'll go north first. Later when he gets to around the west side, so basically he does it almost an entirely 180. That's when you want to go back to the, that's when he stops, so you want to get out from underneath him. So those of you guys who are wondering how people get all these high scores, it's just memorizing all this stuff that's happening while it's going around. So like I said, people who have done this for a really long time, who go in for scores, LZH, for example, they know where all the spawns are happening, and they are going to get them before they get you. So like here, like it's important to know where all the ice ones spawn, the ice mages. So there's going to be an ice mage that spawns all the way out here, so you want to make sure to get that out of the way real quick, because they're the most dangerous thing. And then there's going to be another one that spawns right here. So that's kind of what the secret behind doing really good scores in VMA. It's basically just a shit ton of memorization. My highest score, not on my mag DK. Like I typically, back when I did VMA to like farm for stuff, I would always do it on, I would do it on my mag Sorc. And I never really did it for like score or anything. I just kind of did it because I needed like weapons, obviously. So my scores were never all that high. I think my highest score was, actually it was pretty bad. Like compared to like a lot of other PvE players. I think it was like a 550 or something like that. But like a lot of people are able to get like 580s, 570s. I missed the troll there. Let's see if I can get some resources before this troll spawns. So yeah, it's been a while so I thought the chill lane spawned there. Try to get some resources back. Yes, this is what I'm talking about with sustain on a mag DK being crap. Let's get some more resources back. I'm sure if I was using Witch Mothers it wouldn't be as bad. I'm actually starting on the wrong platform. Freaking screen. Another thing to remember here is when the ads spawn. And then my secret for this last part is to pick up the shields, so that way you don't have to worry about anything. Any of the projectile stuff, because the shield will automatically reflect any sort of projectiles. You don't have to worry about anything. And there you go, like that. Yes, this is the first attempt. So far, it's doing well. Hopefully I'll be able to maintain it. Now we're getting to the hard part. 6, 7, 8 is not that bad, and then of course 9. 9 is obviously the last stage here. I honestly don't think Stam Decay is best. Generally speaking, Magicka is going to be a little bit better for VMA if you're just going for clears. Stam does have higher DPS, so in that regard, Stam is easier, quote unquote, just because the faster you kill things, the less you have to worry about anything killing you first, right? Remember, you want to dodge roll that, because otherwise it'll still put that slow and that bleed on you. So you always want to dodge roll with any of the Fletcher Atro attacks. Should get those web spinners. Yeah, with the buff to light attacks and a couple of changes they made to the DK arsenal, it's actually not that bad now. It's changing. There we go. Now you can see here I have all 4, and there's normally I try to clear all 4 by stage 2, because I don't normally fuck you. Don't normally have enough in stage 1 to get to clear all of them. Oh, spiderlings. This is gonna move soon. So normally I would actually use my Destro here. So yeah, you can see right now I am not doing very well with resources. You're gonna get the Burning Embers heal there. There we go. I actually think probably Stam Decay is one of the worst. Now here I don't normally use a Destro, because I do want to save the... You can also dodge roll that. I recommend doing it. But yeah, I personally think Stam Decay is one of the worst ones. Stam player's not terrible, but I personally would not enjoy. I don't enjoy doing it on Stam. Where's my? It's gonna change soon. Yeah, so now I can just let my blockade do all the work while I get my resources back. Yeah, generally speaking, any of the Stam classes are super sucky. Then of course you go for the stun. And then drop your ultis, whatever you have. There we go. Now this is where things can get ugly, stage 7, because this is actually kind of RNG. Because if I happen to, you know, on the boss, get a flower to spawn on top of me, Max Orcs have enough shields to shield through the poison until the scream is over. Most classes don't. Like 17k is my my shield. So this is a little bit RNG. So I might actually use a few sigils here. Attack him to death. So now this, what I'm doing right now, is a little bit dangerous, because if the flowers explode and it happens to spawn on top of me, it's not a good thing. Son of a bitch. So that was kind of the big thing. You can dodge roll that, by the way. I don't recommend doing that as your main means of getting out of it, but it is an option if you're feeling particularly brave. And you can see how long it's been since I've done it, because I completely went to the wrong side for the troll. There we go. Shoot. Fuck you. Yeah, so that was the big reason why it's kind of sucks on Stam, because you're pretty limited in terms of ranged stuff. Or not Stam, but like Mag Decay, before they had Ellie Weapon. No, I normally... Oh, that wasn't right, ulti. I was gonna say, I normally do an ultimate here for the Wamasu. But I use Magma Shell instead. So for this instance, I'm going to pick up the defense sigil. Just because, since I'm lacking eruption, I don't think I'll be able to DPS past all of them. Normally I just DPS through all of them, but because I have eruption, or I don't have eruption, I should say, decided to play it safe. Alright. Okay, I'm in a pretty safe spot. Oh, I hope it doesn't end in tears. Make sure you break free from that, as otherwise you'll have a shoot, killed it a little bit too early. I'm just gonna finish it up. I'm already close to I'm on 7, so we'll see. Yeah, so normally I time it so that way when I kill the handler, like he's done with his scream, but that time I think I timed it a little bit too early. Eternal Guardian is good. I would probably use it more, because I used it when I was learning it, because you would shield so often. But after I got, experienced with VMA, I swapped over to what did I swap over to? I think I'm running. Oh yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. Like that's RNG. Of course, the goal is to kill him before he does his second scream. Yeah, with the increase, with the buff to light attacks, BMA has actually gotten a lot easier. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, Eternal Guardian's good while you're learning, but after you kind of have a sense of what you got to do and you don't have to shield as often, you can usually swap it out. Like once you're going for score, basically, you can swap it to something like Rothar or something. Spreading Story Inferno. I still need to get one for my Sork, but I might just do Mother's Sorrow instead. Oh yeah, I just ended up buying my Inferno staves too. I managed to farm one, but at that point I was like, fuck this, I am not doing it again. I just need to get my health. That's right, because I'm doing no damage. There we go. Oh jeez. Did they change the spawn? I never remembered seeing the Shulk on this stage. Like this stage, I distinctly remember was 2 healers and 2 flame things. Maybe there's always been a Shulk and I just never noticed it. So whatever she drops her standard, she's always going to do a chains afterwards, and that's when you want to dodge all that. Now, it's up to you. Oh, what did I die to? Oh, I must have got hit by one of those flame trails. But as I was saying before I got wrecked, whenever you put she puts the standard down, she always does a chain, either like right after, or it's like the second move she does afterwards. So when that happens, when she puts down her standard, just want to get ready to do the dodge roll. Because you can dodge roll that. So yeah, you can see I'm a little bit out of practice. She also always starts with a chain too, if you think you can time it. As you can see here, her second move was a chain. So like I said, you should dodge roll it, because you don't want to get pulled into the standard, because it works just like a player standard, where if they are in it, then she will get that empowered. Heavy attack here. Dodge roll that. There's a surprising number of things you can dodge roll in BMA. So I always recommend dodge rolling if you have the stam. So I think, well, I can't, if I want to morph back to Eruption, I have to morph everything. I don't want to do that. That's annoying. Because then I have to redo all my skills. Of course, the goal is to kill the crematorial guard before she breathes fire on you. Sometimes you're not necessarily able to do it, but that's kind of the goal, to kill the crematorial guard before he manages to breathe fire on you. I believe it is the east one. Yeah, it's the east one. It's crematorial. Oh. I think I got hit by 2 heavies. I could have blocked or dodged. Somehow, it's almost completely broken. Oh, fuck you and that blood snare move. So again, it's the one that spawned in the east. That's the crematorial guard. Yeah, so I think I have enough time to try one more attempt once I'm done here for flawless, and then I should probably go make dinner. Some resources back. My main is not a mag DK usually. This is my main is normally a tank. It's just that obviously you can't really tank your way through VM. I mean, you could tank your way through VMA, but it'd be really long and annoying. So I have a mag DK spec on this tune. Oh, and my armor piece is broken again. I'm trying to figure out why I can't use my shield all of a sudden. Oh, probably because my armor pieces is broken. Because now you need 5 pieces of light armor to... That would be why. Yeah, normally I'm able to get that Ogrim down before the Blown Colossus comes out. Frickin'. Alright. This is 5. And this time it's... There we go. Mag DKs are alright as DPS. Like you can clear all the content in the game with them. It's just that they're usually competing with Stam DPS because they're melee. And they aren't able to pull as high numbers as melee DPS are. Now what I do here is I actually grab the defense sigil, because that'll actually reflect everything, all those projectiles back at him. It will not reflect the big skulls though, so you will still have to dodge roll or block those. Yeah, so again, so you get, so you, like I said, you get double drops because it's Orsinium, so this would have been great about 4 or 5 patches ago. That's Sharpened Inferno. And then you get 8 Transmute, so that's really one of the main reasons why I'm probably going to be doing a lot of EMA. Let's see, what time is it? I might not actually have enough time to do one more run. It is, let me check my other screen. It is 1808, so 6:10 roughly. And I have to raid in about 2.5 hours. And then yeah. Takes me an hour to clear it with this. So I might actually call it here and go get some food. Because I am making dinner tonight and that's going to take a while. Double drops come from the Orsinium event. So it is the Orsinium anniversary event, which means you get double the amount of drops. So for instance, let's see if I can pick it up. Yeah, so I got dagger, mace, and the Inferno staff. So normally you would get only one of these, or you'd only get the dagger and mace or the Inferno staff. So with the Orsinium anniversary event, you get both. And if I were to loot all the chests that were kind of along the way, I would have gotten double that amount. So I would have gotten like 2 sets of armor for each chest I open. I just decided not to because I didn't. Well, I'm just going to decon them anyways. The transmute crystals has been around since Morrowind was introduced, basically since, or not Morrowind, Clockwork City. It normally only gave 4. I believe it's 4 for Maelstrom and 5 for DSA, but now it's double drops, so you get double the transmutes, now you get 8. So basically, I'd have to do this 7 times in order to get enough for a full transmute. Now I was going for flawless, so I was going less for speed and more for like playing it safe. But if I were to do this, like try to farm transmutes, I'd probably go for speed. So I'd probably do something like do it on my mag blade or my mag sword or something like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go make food now because I do have a raid in about 2 hours ish, and the meal that I want to make is going to take me about 45 minutes to an hour to make, so I don't have enough time to do a run and eat and make it on time for raid, so that's what I'm going to do now. But I will be back in about 2 hours, 15 minutes or so to stream my final raid before I go overseas for research. So we are going to be doing Cloud Rest hard mode with Mayflower again, so I wasn't there for our last 2 raids because I was in the process of moving, so I don't know how far they managed to get. But last time we were in hard mode, we were getting pretty consistently down to Reliquin, which is the second mini boss that spawns, so around 50% health. So hopefully we'll be able to get past that hump, or if we already have gone past that hump, we get to execute. Because once we get past Reliquin, it's pretty much smooth sailing from there, I think. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get Flawless. It's on me. I screwed up there. But yeah, I'll be back in about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 20 minutes or so, for VCR hard mode stream. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in about 2 hours.